It started when I was hiring the head of comedy development. Lady who was head of comedy development left to go raise a family, so I was looking for a head of comedy development. And there was a young guy over at Fox at the time who was the #2 person in comedy development, and he never said very much because his boss always did all the talking. So, but I was impressed with him. I liked his instincts. So he and I went out for breakfast one day, and I got to know him, and I thought he was a terrific young executive, and his name was David Gianellari. So I hired David, and the first thing David said was, "We got to hire Kaufman, Crane, and Bright." And I said, "Who the hell's that?" I didn't know who they were. I really didn't. He said, "They're doing that show at HBO, Dream On. And, you know, it's partially scripted, but they're really clever, and they're wonderful writers." Great. So that was like the first task that David wanted. He had a relationship with Kaufman and Crane from off-Broadway in New York. So they came in, we met, we liked them very much, and we tried really hard. We were competing with Disney to get them to sign with our studio. And I remember having a conversation with Nancy Josephson, who was their agent, still is, and made the pitch for Warner Brothers. I said, "Look, we get more shows on the air than anybody. We get more shows on the air than Disney," which we did at that time. And I said, "Do you want the extra 10 cents, because they always offered more money than we did, or do you want the extra $100 million? So we convinced them to come with us. They proceeded to do a show over at CBS, which didn't work right away, you know, first year out, you know, but they were terrific to work for, you know, and you know, I'm working with David Crane right now on a series, but they were really fun, they were creative, etc. So year 2 of our deal, they had 2 comedy ideas. So we proceeded to pitch them at Fox and at NBC. The interesting thing was the Friends idea was going to be the Fox show. It was younger, it was hipper, you know, Fox was... Only the Fox people wouldn't put up a penalty for it. They wouldn't put up the penalty. So they took the other show. NBC, which was slated to get the other show, paid the penalty and got Friends. So it's a very interesting thing. For $150,000, Fox missed that opportunity. By the way, it does happen all the time at all networks, in fairness, but it happened to them. And the other one, and they shot this other pilot at the same time, and it was sort of a high school comedy about a young high school guy, and it was an interesting idea that never quite came together. And then we went, you know, and then Friends happened.